Hey viewers, it's Brandon at GER Safety. I just wanted to talk about how we design our buses and projects that we have for a moment. So one of the first things that we do is determine what we want, so the function of the vehicle. In the cases of the bus, we have two different buses, and I use two different methods to determine the design and style that goes into it. One of the ways that I did that was with lights and different characteristics. For example, the little bus, the one that we're deeming as Space Jam, is based off of the lights that we put in it. The character kind of spoke for itself on that one, and then we went with it. But the big bus was a little bit different. We knew what we wanted, and I had been thinking about the design for a while as far as function and use, and then we had to decide what we were going to call our big bus. So we had determined just recently that we were going to call it the barn, in all caps. But with that, we determined the style a little bit based on the name. And we have a minor obsession with stuffed animals, so we're calling our bus the barn based off of that. The next thing we do is figure out style. How do we make a bus reflect the name? In this case, the barn. One of the things that we're doing to reflect the name on this big bus, our tiny home, is by putting a roof lift. As you can see, there's not much clearance between me and the ceiling, which is going to be a minor problem later when we get to designing the bathroom and the living space and the kitchen. So we had decided to put a barn style roof on it. So we're going to cut the roof line across above the windows, and then we're going to take gabled style roof rafters that I'm building out of steel, and we're going to put those every 4 feet across, and then they'll all be tied together. And that way, outside visually, it will look like a driving barn. Inside, we'll have plenty of head clearance and a little bit more design ability and space to work with. For example, the gabled roof, I think on the inside of the ceiling, I'm going to use the design of the roof to reflect a barn. So the bus itself is going to look like a barn. And how exactly that's going to work, I don't know. I can tell you there are going to be a lot of reds and blues and natural wood colors. Probably a lot of pine and aspen and birch. If I can afford some birch, I'd love to see some birch, because it's the natural wood of our area. And the idea behind this is to be unique. Which is another big factor on the things that I do, is how much can it stand out? How unique can it be? How many people have a vehicle of that design and style? And one of the reasons I do that is because it's a challenge, and nobody else will ever be able to duplicate what we do. And if they do, it won't be exact. So it's going to have a lot of character and style and unique features that you won't see in a conventional build. That's how I design my projects, and determine what things will be called. For another example is the the fire pit grill that I had built out of tire rims, on a wheelbarrow style body. That was designed to be unique. It was based off of a European style grill, and it came out pretty nice, but everybody started calling it a carrot because of the winter, or of the time I had got done with it, which was Easter weekend. So we ended up calling it the carrot. The Gardener's Inferno is what we had deemed it, but it was to mimic a carrot and photosynthesis and different features like that, and that's how I work on most of my special projects. We determine the specialty, the use of it, and then we determine how we can make it unique. And then sometimes we use either a name or a specific feature to determine how unique it's going to be and what the theme and style is going to be based off. So that is what I do personally, and it works out well for me, and I love doing it. It's one of my favorite things. So I hope you all have a good week, and we will see you shortly, probably in a week or two. So you all have a good night.